Hey guys, how are you? Hope everything's good. Hey, before we get too far into this, just want to let you guys know, long time ago, a friend of mine said perception is everything. And a couple years later, I heard the phrase, but perception is not always reality. So, you know what? I just wanted to pass it on to you guys. And if you get a chance, be good to somebody today and, maybe give somebody a second chance if you can. So, but other than that, thanks for new subscribers. Let's get into this video. So this is about the Yamaha DXR10 Mark IIs, okay? And if you followed anything at all on this channel, you'll know that I'm a Yamaha fanboy from way back, the powered mixers, a couple different powered mixers, a bunch of powered cabinets, and we got 3 of their 4-wheelers. So it's definitely not a bash on Yamaha, but to catch you up to speed, about 2 or 3 years ago, I seen on the Angry Sound Tech's channel, I'll throw his out here, that he had got some DXR10 Mark IIs. So I was following what he had to say about them, because I think he runs rental, does sound and stuff like that. So that's his business, and so he probably gets some more use than we do out of these. So he said that he was hearing a weird vibration noise from the back of the speakers. At times, or certain notes. I haven't watched this video in a little bit, but I did read in the comments that somebody else posted that they had a fix for this. Something about the top handle, something about the screw inside needed maybe a rubber bushing or something to stop the vibration. But he also said too that the speakers themselves, unless you were listening for it, and I think this was at volume with full music. Full range sound music, unless you were really listening for it, you really weren't hearing it too good. So anyways, I had original DXR Mark 10s. I've had the DXR DXR10s. I've had the 8s, 12s, 15s. Those are all gone. I've got the DXR12 Mark 2s now, and I just somewhat recently got in a pair of the DXR10 Mark 2s. So after burning them in a little bit in the house, I took them out in the back 40 and to test them out, and I wanted to capture some video, which was spoiled by the sun and my phone, but that's a different story. But what I was finding, first and foremost, that I think these 10s are voiced better. The DXR10 Mark IIs are voiced better to my ears than the originals, because the originals was the only one I had to, the original DXR10s was the only one I had to work a little bit extra in EQ to get the vocal the way I liked it. Seemed like the 8, the 12, and the 15 was actually pretty natural, just sounded big and clean. But anyways, with these DXR10 Mark IIs, the vocal out front and everything, it just sounds like it was voiced better. So I was very happy with the sound. But here's what I discovered. I'm out back of the barn, and I got these specifically to replace my DXR12 Mark IIs for loud outdoor or large outdoor events where we're going to push them a little bit, or large indoor. So I'm back there, I'm doing some testing stuff, and I'd forgotten at the time about this resonating or this vibrating, buzzing issue until I hit a couple of notes. So long story short, what I heard I wasn't willing to deal with, but let me say right now, if you're in a full band, I don't think this is going to be an issue for you, but I could be wrong. I don't think it's going to be an issue where it's going to bother anybody on stage with bass, with a kick drum, a full kit, and keys, guitars, and vocals. I don't think this can be an issue. But for a solo acoustic or duo acoustic, to where you're doing some slow songs and hitting some certain notes, I can see that starting to bug me. So ultimately I had to return them. Let me say right now too, before I return them, I took some video. I'm going to show you guys here in a second, and I wish I would have high passed them, but I didn't high pass them. I wanted to see if the high pass would take some or all of that away. But anyways, what I found was on the guitar, on the acoustic guitar, right around, I want to say sometimes G, but definitely I want to say G sharp, B flat, and B. I don't know if it went into C, but on the big E string, on the top E, that's what really started vibrating in the back. I checked some things, make sure it wasn't a guitar. You're gonna hear some string buzz on there. It's not it. I checked to make sure it wasn't the guitar, checked to make sure it was nothing on the speaker stand, and I checked to make sure it wasn't nothing externally on the speaker. But there's one video, if I show it, I'm kind of working up the neck, and then you'll hear it start. Then the other videos, I threw a capo on there, and just so I can kind of hold the camera and as I was picking the strings, and so that you could see I capoed at like maybe the second or third fret, so so that top E was going to be around G sharp, A, B flat type deal. So you'll see what I did, and the camera should have picked up very clearly the vibration that I was hearing and that I had read about before. But anyways, high pass, I don't know, I didn't do it. I think for bands, they're going to be just fine with full range sound, full range music. Quieter inside, acoustic duos, acoustic solos, I think that's going to be just fine, because I had to have it turned up a little bit. I did it with the mixer and out on our back patio, directly plugged in. It did it both ways, okay? So, anyways, I'll show you some videos, so I'll shut up here. You guys have a good day. God bless you, and wait, I think I'm going to do some more talking in the next videos. But the first one here is just a little bit of me kind of working up the neck to where the vibe. Alright guys, on this video here, I think I have it capoed on the 4th fret, and just by the way, if I didn't say, I did throw a Yamaha DBR10 and the DXR12 Mark II in here too, okay, so for some comparisons, so that, just to show it kind of wasn't the gear or the guitar or the speaker stand or something like that. So, but anyways, this is, I think, capoed on the 4th fret, so take a look. Alright guys, so on this one here, you'll see that the I think it's still on the capoed 4th fret, but I threw up the Yamaha, the DBR10. So DXR10 Mark II is gone, DBR10 is up. And you'll see that not being able to plug into the stereo input on a DXR, just going into the XLR combo jack, you'll see that I actually have this, I think I had that pegged, and it was nowhere as loud as the DXR. But running them both through a mixer, the DBR definitely can get decently loud. So, but anyways, just to show, here's a DBR. So. right, so in this one right here, the dbr10 is now down. Now one of my DXR12 Mark IIs is up on the stand. So we'll run back into the one of the stereo inputs, and same guitar, everything, wherever it's capoed at, probably 4th or 5th fret still. Again, you hear fret buzz, but that's not what I'm talking about. The resonance from the back of the speaker, which you're really only hearing out of the DXR10 Mark II. Now, I did pick up, when I was sitting at Open E, and I think this is in the video, I remember hitting the Open E, and I think it was because of the volume level and the guitar, of course, acoustic being so close, it started just getting, basically, it sounded more like a feedback thing to me, but it was definitely some vibration come, but that was just a low frequency feedback to my ears when it was live. So, but anyways, there you go. Not a bash on the speakers, whatever's going on with that DXR10 Mark II, I don't know, man. I think they're voiced better. I like them. It got nice and loud when I was testing it. It stayed clean and loud, but for the outside stuff where we're doing, when we're gonna do a slow song and just where you're just kind of picking some strings, I don't want to deal with that issue. High passed, it could have been good. Band, it's gonna be good, I'm sure. It's probably not gonna be an issue, but hey, you know, we take the good with the bad, and so that's why I had to return these DXR10 Mark IIs. So hope you guys have a good day. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.